Why a big YouTuber started to dislike his audience. A tale is all this time, honestly, at this point.
Corpse Husband has skyrocketed in popularity. You really can't go anywhere without hearing his
7
name
mil,
or
wow.
his iconic voice. But over the past year now, his presence has started to fade away.
I actually have no idea who that guy is.
His social media accounts are practically abandoned, he completely stopped streaming on Twitch, and only one of his YouTube channels gets infrequent music updates.
Huh.
So that begs the question, where did Corpse Husband go?
Interesting.
Will he come back? We're gonna go through each reason why Corpse Husband left his community behind. There's more than one reason for him to leave, so it's possible that some or all of them are the cause of this.
Okay.
Make sure to watch the video until the end to hear everything that's going on with Corpse and why he
Like
could
the
have
video
left.
also.
The first big issue with Corpse is his health. Corpse has been plagued by 3 health conditions his whole life.
Ooh, that's bad.
GERD, and TOS. FMS is a chronic disease that causes muscular pain, insomnia, and chronic fatigue.
Oh, that sounds
GERD
sad.
causes stomach acid to burn the throat, and TOS causes nerves or blood cells in the upper chest to swell or go numb. These are only summarized versions of what happens
wow.
with these diseases, but they are all very serious.
That sounds bad, honestly.
I remember crawling to the door to get groceries and barely being able to do that. I tried to pour cereal, and then when I went to lift the spoon to my mouth to eat it, I couldn't do it.
FMS has no cure and only worsens with age. GERD has been linked to different kinds of cancers.
Oh man, I honestly don't like hitting like this, you kind of try to be on the upbeat side, but man, unlucky. One of these things sounds honestly bad enough and extremely, extremely painful and life-ruining. But you're telling me this guy had 3 of them? I honestly already can't blame this guy for getting a lot of money and then just skedaddling. Because man, that's not a life probably most people would ever want to live. Wow.
And TOS can make simple actions like moving your hands very painful. All of these problems have interfered with both his personal life and collabs with other content creators.
Yeah, obviously.
He's talked about times where it feels impossible to move his body at times. According to Corpse's interview with Anthony Padilla, sometimes the pain is so strong that even simple things like lifting a spoon are impossible. Adding on to this, he's sensitive to bright lights, and his right eye becomes bloodshot after too much exposure. He's forced to cover his eye most of the time to deal with the problem, which irritates his eye and only makes the situation more uncomfortable. It would be completely reasonable for Corpse to leave the internet entirely with all these health complications.
Yeah,
as
sounds
everyday
smart,
actions
honestly.
can at times feel impossible. But unfortunately, his physical health isn't the only thing affecting his day-to-day life. Corpse
Obviously.
has also been struggling with some strong mental health issues as well, with
That's the literal YouTube thing, like mental issues. Wow. There's a reason not everyone becomes a YouTuber. People downplay the mental anguish that you see constantly. When a video does not do that well, YouTube is literally in your face showing that to you. This video was poor. You should feel bad about yourself, One time okay, but over the years these things accumulate. A lot of people, even though YouTube is a job where you don't honestly take any days off on average, most people just flat out don't, it's not that easy as people imagine. And if this guy has already so many, physical problems, man, wow.
imposter syndrome and anxiety at the front of it all. He's mentioned how a lot of his success doesn't even feel real to him, where every day it feels like he's just drifting through everything that's been happening. Additionally, his anxiety has made it extremely difficult for him to go about his daily life. Since the beginning of his YouTube career, his faceless persona and unique voice made him stand
what
out
does
among
he
other
do?
horror story channels. The amount of people
I'm sorry, but I don't know what he does. Oh, horror stories, I think he just said. Okay.
paying attention to him only
Makes
grew
sense.
with the collabs he found himself a part of.
You have to change your voice when you're out in public?
I avoid talking at all costs anywhere in public.
Thanks to his worldwide fame and instantly recognizable voice, he realized that anyone could identify him by his voice alone.
I never talk to anyone over the phone that I don't know.
Because someone would be able to pinpoint who you are.
When my Postmates driver can't find my house and they call me like, where do you live? I can't even pick up and be like, oh, I live here. Because next thing I know, I answer and he goes, corpse.
Wow, that is actually, yeah, that voice is super recognizable. And yeah, a voice like that can actually net you success. You know, there's a lot of small things that are very unique that can actually push you on YouTube and hot. So yeah, a blessing and a curse in this guy's situation. Wow.
On the phone, anyone can find out where he lived if he's asked for his address. In public, anyone could take a picture of him if they hear him speak. There's nowhere he can hide from his own voice, so he does what he can to keep contact to a minimum. In public, and even before the COVID-19 pandemic, he wears face masks at all times.
Huh.
When he's at the store, he does everything he can to speak as little as possible. But the problems don't end there, as he doesn't even feel completely safe in his own home either. There have been times where
That's just, that probably is going to be a bit true, but that's also just paranoia hitting right there. If this does not, if that is, that's probably his own description. If that does not sound like paranoia, self-paranoia to you, yeah, it definitely is.
where he could not even give his food delivery driver his address by voice at the risk of doxing himself. This kind of anxiety could make anyone go mad, and it would make sense if he just wanted to fade into obscurity at this point. Another reason for his departure could be the hate he's gotten over the years. As with any popular content creator, hate is bound to come after him at some point. On virtually every tweet he has made, you will find some sort of hate in either the replies or quote retweets. These range from insulting the choice of lyrics in his music to his voice and how strange it sounds.
Wait, let me check that. Was that an actual insult? Not really. I like the overall rhythm of the song, but the lyrics are just plain bad. Well, it's definitely a jab, but to call something like this an insult is wrong. But then again, you need to understand, if you read these comments, the funny thing about this is 100 good comments, that's fine. You're not going to remember any of them most likely 5 minutes after. But that one bad comment you get out of those 100, yeah, that's going to probably stick with you for a day. And again, it accumulates and accumulates and accumulates. Insane, huh?
In his music to his voice and how strange it sounds. Many comments accuse him of faking his illnesses, using a voice changer, or intentionally making his voice sound different to attract a female audience. Corpse was convinced that random people...
if he does creepy stuff, you know, horror stories, things like that, yeah, he has a female audience. That I can tell you for a fact. Women love true crime. Women absolutely love true crime. The women audience, if you can get one, is only second to the child audience, you know? Because children, they're gonna go to school and they're gonna be like, did you see Mr. Beast's new update? It's amazing. Watch, I'll give you the link. And they shared it like the 5 other ones, and they shared it, blah, blah, blah. Women kind of also do that. Not to the same huge extent, but they also do that. And women love true crime, mystery, and things like that. Yeah. So if he does that, he has a huge female audience, most likely.
People would hate on any random videos or tweets he would make, all due to his popularity. One of the strangest examples of this was when Corpse tweeted out a voice memo of him simply inhaling and exhaling.
Okay.
All he did was breathe, and yet it went viral. Trending with the hashtag #OnlyBreaths, the memo tweet received over 400,000 likes.
That's a lot.
Despite the positive reception from fans, many people went in and insulted both Corpse himself and his fan base. They made fun of his fans for going insane over Corpse.
Well, yeah, I bet they did. And that's kind of, you know, understandable. A guy uploads... and everyone explodes and it trends on Twitter, yeah, people are gonna make fun of it. I can't even honestly blame them. That's a completely normal reaction. You're like scratching your head. Dude, so a tweet's going viral because this dude inhaled and exhaled, and then there's a bunch of groupies in the comments literally splooshing on about what's happening? Yeah. there's gonna be drama surrounding that, 100%.
simply breathing, and Corpse himself for his strange voice. This all served to prove that random people will hate the things he does for random reasons.
Obviously.
People will get mad at anything that's popular. I guarantee you I'm gonna get so much shit for literally breathing. They'll be like, oh my god, you guys are so obsessed with him. Like, look at it, he's just breathing, and then like, or...
Well, that's... he has a point there, because yeah, people, again, it's completely normal to make fun of people who literally start the whole clown circus because someone uploaded breathing sounds. That's insanity.
Or he's trying to breathe super sexually, or like, it's literally just breathing, but people want to spin it to be that.
And with his mental state the way that it is, he might not be able to handle all the negative attention he gets on a daily basis. It might have been enough to push him away from social media for good.
And that's probably good for him, honestly.
Alongside the random bits of hate he got, Corpse also found himself involved in online drama.
Of course. The natural
the
way.
first issue came from the use of the derogatory D word in an old horror story
What
video.
is D word?
The D word is a term used against the trans community, leading to many labeling him as transphobic on Twitter.
Wait. What is this magical D word? I can't even think about it. Literally clueless. I have no idea what this word is supposed to be. The letter D. No, I have literally no clue. Well, I mean, that's internet drama for you at one hand, but I have no... I would probably know if there's some kind of derogatory term on the letter D, but I'm clueless.
Numerous people messaged Corpse to apologize for the remark made years ago, to which he responded and apologized.
About a year ago, I was sent in a story from someone who's trans. I was glad to cover this story despite some backlash I might get from like boomers and shit, because I wanted to show the struggles of what trans people go through, and I support trans people. TLDR, the story is about an old Christian woman who is trying to hurt them and do horrible things to them. During the story, the person who is trans is called the D word. In the video, I read the word out loud, and I realize now I shouldn't have done that. I didn't realize the severity of the word, or else I obviously wouldn't have said it. There are over 2,000 comments on the video, and none of them mention it. I had no idea this hurt anybody at all, and that's the last thing I want to do. I've taken the video down now.
Well, also his mental anguish most likely is hugely a part of the fact that some kind of magical word that's suddenly offensive gets said and everyone attacks it. I literally probably can't even Google and find that word if I try, and I will try after this video. It's probably nothing. It's probably nothing. The fact that he says these kind of words means that he is, by the way, completely in the clutches of online cancel culture, by the way. That, you know, if people are saying, oh, we're your fans, we hate it when you do this, he's gonna just slump over and instantaneously, you know, appease them. And, man, that's just, that is definitely not good for your mental health.
Oh, I understand my mistake, and I'm sorry. Thank you to the people trying to teach me about this. Some people were just blindly hating me, but most of the people I've seen have been very reasonable, and I really appreciate that. I'm probably going to get off everything for a little bit. Thank you.
His community reacted positively to the apology, but this would not be the last instance of this. Soon after, people came across another old video by Mama Max, where he used the R word in 2017. Fans messaged him en masse to apologize for
okay, the R word I know
years
at least.
ago when he was 19. In his apology, he states that the script he read from was never written by him, but he still...
Yeah, okay, so this guy's... Yeah, no wonder this guy hates his fans. Because his fans are lunatics. The moment you succumb to the will of the masses because they want to tell you how to live your life, yeah, your mental is literally just instantaneously gonna go down. There's no question about it. Because you're not even living your life now. You are living your life in constant, reprehensible fear that people are gonna cancel you or do this because they don't like something you said or did. Oh, you didn't... Oh, you covered this topic. Oh, and at some point it's like gonna be, okay, why aren't you covering this? This is a big issue, which no one honestly even cares about, probably. So this guy chose this life. Yeah, no wonder the title is why he started hating his audience. Because if his audience is like this, yeah. But then again, it is 100% his own fault that he allowed his audience to be this, and that he allows so much power. That he allows his audience to exude so much power over him.
Chose to say the word and holds accountability for that. Once again, fans accepted his apology and thanked him for his willingness to accept accountability. But this need to walk on eggshells for his audience may have been yet another thing that put him on edge. While his fans aren't doing anything necessarily wrong by holding him accountable, it still has an effect on someone with as much anxiety as Corpse.
And the problem here is, by the way, his fans, now that they know that they have this power over him, those fans are gonna continue. They're literally gonna make it their life goal to search things that they can blame on him and demand that he apologizes for. Because these people are unhinged. At the end of the day, people like that are just absolutely unhinged.
Fans just want to make sure Corpse doesn't stand by what he did. But it's possible Corpse himself now thinks he needs to watch every single thing he says. Either that or run the risk of being turned on by the fans who should be on his side. While there's no excuse for using offensive language today, things were much different in the past. The amount of pressure to stay clean at all costs, or else face the wrath of online groups, may be enough to push someone to stop chasing content creation entirely.
I mean, cancellation only works until the point where you understand, oh wait a minute, I can just close Twitter. And suddenly the cancellation just magically stops. Because the reality is like this, okay? Real talk for just 30 seconds. If you have even 1 million subscribers on YouTube, it is literally impossible to actually get cancelled for something like this. You're completely in the fine. You know, a bunch of lunatics are just gonna say a couple of things on Twitter. It's probably no one's really gonna care, and the next day you move on with your life.
Corpse has said multiple times that he's afraid to show his face to his audience. The idea of not being able to live up to people's expectations terrifies Corpse, and he would do anything to avoid that situation. He often asks his fans not to pry into his personal life, for fear of being recognized and just generally wanting to keep to himself.
Makes sense.
And yet, many people do not respect this wish of his. There have been numerous fake Corpse husband real face leaks over the years.
And I've seen some people spreading fake DMs that have been photoshopped to show like, oh, Corpse revealed his face and look what he looks like. And I know, because I've seen you, granted you had a mask on, but I've seen you don't look anything like these people. But these poor people are getting completely shit on for looking that way.
With the most well-known one being made back in 2021. A tweet with the simple caption, "Babe, wake up, Corpse husband face reveal just dropped." And a picture of his supposed face got a lot of attention.
Okay.
Many fans lashed back against the tweet, saying that it was an invasion of Corpse's privacy. Some even add that this could be fake anyways, and that using some random man's face could end with a complete stranger being harassed for no reason.
Yep.
Many people associate that face with Corpse husband, whether it's his or not. But soon after that tweet, a video would be released that ended up blowing everything even further out of proportion. An obsessive fan would make a video...
Wait, I remember it was a year ago or something like that. Some big YouTuber accidentally was shown, that he didn't show his face, and then someone accidentally showed his face or a dress or something like that. Maybe it was this guy.
Revealing Corpse's real name, apartment address, and even the location where he used to practice parkour.
Sounds familiar.
All of this effort to reveal the identity of a man dealing with crippling anxiety and severe health complications, whose only real established boundary was not to pry into his personal life. He has spoken about his concerns over face leaks before, fake or real. Oftentimes the fake leaks would be of normal-looking American men, often ending with them being made fun of. Due to the way his voice sounds and the mysterious aura he's built over the years, there's an expectation for how Corpse could look like. Corpse knows he can never live up to the expectations of everyone, and it eats away at him.
Makes sense, yeah.
He lives in constant fear that he will be made fun of for however he happens to look, as it would run contrary to the persona he built up for himself. He has yet to respond to the 2021 face reveal, and at this point it's doubtful he ever will.
Is that it? Nope. Music.
However, there is one more reason for Corpse to leave social media behind. Thankfully, it's a much more positive reason than the ones previously mentioned, and it's still a
Good.
possibility. Over the years, Corpse has managed to produce multiple songs, as well as voice acted in the anime Tribe 9. All his songs on YouTube even managed to reach millions of views. He could very well have decided to move on from social media and streaming entirely to focus on both his music and voice acting careers. He even released a new song relatively recently, uploading it only about a month ago. The short song already managed to get 1 million views. In a short announcement, he also stated that more would be coming soon.
Okay.
Yeah, that song drops for everyone in like 30 minutes. It was storming some weeks ago, and I made a few songs, and it felt like a picture of a certain moment in time for me, but in audio form. And I was like, oh, this would be fun to drop, but I don't really.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Woman absolutely love this. Without question, women are definitely drooling over this dude. No, unknown persona, mystical, bad boy, whatever. Yeah. Wow, yeah, women are definitely drooling over this dude like crazy.
Care how it does
Wow.
or anything, so I'm just gonna drop it and not think about it. That's what that is, and I have the best, happier stuff I've ever made coming soonish, but I don't want to say any dates because we know how that goes. Thank you for everything.
While he may not be making any videos or streaming on Twitch, we at least know that he's still making music. There may still be a day where he returns to streaming again.
Well,
Only a few days ago, he was spotted playing Sons of the Forest with many popular streamers like Sykkuno and Iron Mouse. While this doesn't
no idea who they are also.
confirm or deny his eventual return, he can at least be seen having fun with his friends. If anything, at least fans can know that he's still in the company of his friends. It's important to mention that while Corpse is afraid of the world's expectations for him, he still does appreciate the things his YouTube channel has given him. He's met many of the content creators he's called his friends in person as well, despite his serious anxiety and health problems. He's done interviews with Anthony Padilla, streamed to hundreds of thousands of people, and managed to...
Oh, the world is such a large place at times like this. I had no idea who this guy was, and I also have absolutely no idea who these other people honestly are. But, you know, they probably have millions of followers. See? Well, the world is definitely a small place. What can I say? Well, a larger place. At least the internet.
find success in the music industry. Despite the stress he has faced online, the anxiety that's come with his fame, and the abandonment of his social media, he still loves the fans that he has today. There is a lot to unpack regarding Corpse Husband's departure from social media.
So, the video title is clickbait.
And regular content is a whole. Whether he returns or not is only up to him now.
Okay.
And whatever he decides, we can only hope that he remains strong enough to hold on, despite the negativity he may be subjected to. What do you
Comes
think
with the territory, baby. Comes with the territory.
the reason for him leaving his channel behind could have been? Was it all the stress and harassment he received from all sides? His worsening health conditions? Or could he have decided to choose music and voice acting over YouTube?
Probably a mix of both. Probably, definitely a mix of both. Anyway, interesting video. And anyway, that's it. Have a nice day. Bye-bye. Like and subscribe. See you later.